things very briefly here. First, I think that we should recognize, I feel a little bit like all those Platonic disciples under the paternal shadow of Parmenides fighting. Our Parmenides is Alain, he is the father. Maybe it will be necessary to kill the father, but that's another idea. We should first recognize him, so he was the grey, like Hercule Poirot said, the grey cells behind this conference. And we should say this. First, I want just to clarify so that you will not think that we are back with these small factional struggles and so on, this outside of capitalism problem. Yes, there is no outside of capitalism, but all I would add is, but capitalism is not simply itself, how should I put it? It's getting into a deadlock, it's getting abnormal, it's full of contradictions and so on and so on. And here my first point would have been that capitalism as it is today opens up, necessitates even, political intervention into its economy. To make a formula clear, if, let's say, I'm more cynical than you, doubtful, if in Bolivia some farmers in cooperatives will succeed in building some network of cooperatives which will also function with a certain distance towards the market mechanisms and so on, in and out, I think that would have been what the left today needs, like a desert needs water. That would have also been an event. Second thing, okay, I will not go into the problem of the state. I'm well aware of all the complexity. Just that Marseillaise problem. It's a wonderful question. Why? And I remain Eurocentrist here. Because, you know, the usual multiculturalist answer would have been, yes, why Marseillaise is French? We should all sing, I don't know, some some African song and so on or whatever. I would say, unfortunately, this is why white multiculturalist liberals like us to do. They don't like the third world people to sing their songs. They want respectfully the same way you go a little bit to a Thai restaurant, to an Italian restaurant, and so on and so on. Why Marseillaise was revolutionary there? It didn't mean, it meant something very precisely, and I hope this, at least here, we all agree. It didn't mean, you see, even we primitive half-ape blacks, our grandparents were still jumping on trees like apes in Africa, but we can now even participate in your... No, it meant we are more Frenchmen than you, empirical Frenchmen. This was universality. That was the message there. And I hope we all agree that if you see today Stars and Stripes, I wonder if it will function quite in this way. To conclude, I must criticize the grey-haired gentleman who spoke here and said before that we must because we can. This gentleman, I think, didn't read Alain Badiou enough. But you said something wonderful. He said, and he even mentioned Badiou, that how the real radical change is not a change of actuality, it's a change of possibility. Something that is impossible, we must do, on the contrary, again, the impossible, not in this cheap sense, we turn water into wine, although it wouldn't hurt. We do revolution, whatever, but something that appeared impossible, all of a sudden is possible. As you, Alain, and not that grey-haired gentleman, developed very nicely, this is the true change. Each system has its own point of impossibility. The true change is not just change of what we see, it's the change status of impossibility. So I hope you admit there is also this paradoxical statement, we must because it's impossible. That's the act, to change the very background of impossibilities. And that's, I hope, that a little bit, a tiny little bit